Thank you for joining me today. Hope y'all are doing well, enjoying your Saturday afternoon. I am, wait a minute.
I find brilliant gifts at sex stuff.
Let me turn that down. I'm trying to make sure I can see on my iPad, and then all of a sudden it just started playing a commercial, which is great, but yeah. Anyway, hope y'all are doing well. I just wanted to I'm hoping, encourage some of you before we get all the way into the holiday season. And just make sure that we're making some good choices, or the best choices we can make at least. Hey, Gigi's Naturals Homestead, thank you for joining. How you doing? How you doing? Hope you're well. Hope you're well. Hey, Dave Busby. Hey, Auntia. That is my friend. I haven't seen you in a while. Hello, hello. Hey, gardening Gigi Guava. Oh yeah, come on and get you right. I'ma try. I'm trying. I'm preaching to myself as well, y'all. I figure while I'm having this you know, pre-holiday huddle with myself, I figured I'd include y'all with it. Hey Felix. Hey Angela. Hey, Indiana Jackson. We got Crystal O. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining me on this Saturday. Hey, Deanna, my friend. Hello, hello. So, some of us, I know we've already started shopping, and I can tell by the way the stores are that we're already shopping, grocery shopping for, the holiday season that's coming up. And, for some of us, we've been working hard all year to do our best, to eat right, be healthy, be as healthy as possible. And somehow this season that's about to come up can completely throw you off and have you thinking that you can, fix it all in January, and really that might be too late to just let it all go until January. So, I'm here to talk a little bit about that and encourage us to do the best that we can. I see some new folks have come in. I want to say hello to Paula from Minnesota. I want to say hey to Rosemarie. Hey, Canovis Cream, my friend. Hello. And hey, Cassandra South Fulton Garden. Welcome. So, I don't know. Y'all got to tell me. Is it just me? Or has this ever happened to you? Like, you've been doing really good with, staying away from added sugar, not overdoing it with the fruit, eating your salads like you're supposed to, doing your smoothies, and then somehow a holiday comes, and next thing you know, you get mobbed by a cheesecake. Like, it's just attacking you and you can't help it. You just gotta eat it, right? Because it's there, and you ain't had no cheesecake in a minute. And it's like super delicious looking and smelling, right? So, uh, like, next thing you know, it starts with a bite of the cheesecake, and then you done ate the whole thing by yourself. Okay, is it just y'all? Y'all tell me, is that just me? Is that just me? I see my friend Container Crops in the house. I want to fix this. I thought I was gonna fix it. Hey, Shatavia, for you it was bacon. Bacon. For me, it's goodness. It's those cakes. It's those cookies. And I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking. It was like I didn't have a plan. I don't know. I thought I was going to somehow stick to my healthy eating habits. And the next thing I know, I had ate like 5 cookies, another slice of some other cake. And that wasn't even dinner yet. That was just, you know, we in the kitchen getting stuff ready. And, yeah. So, needless to say, that was it that year. That was, I'm thinking maybe that was about 10 years ago. I remember I was doing so well. But that was it. I don't know. I think I didn't ever return. And what I figured from that was I can't do that now. I'm getting way too old for that. And that's not gonna work. It's just not gonna work. I'm not gonna be able to just mow mow down, chow down all the goodies. I'm gonna have to come up with some kind of plan and follow it, right? So I'm gonna share my plan, and y'all can do with it what you will. But I see some comments. Kanubi's cream had that cheesecake from the Cheesecake Factory. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. Carrot cake. Missy Hawk, why you bring up the carrot cake? Oh my goodness. Yeah, I've gotten deboed by carrot cake. Yep. It just ended up on my plate and on my fork and in my mouth. Yes, yes. Hey, cute Lisa. Hey, James Franklin. Good to see y'all here. But yeah, I don't know. The reason why I'm saying it like getting mobbed, getting Debo, is because you feel out of control. And that's the problem. It's not a controlled thing. Yeah, I'm with Auntia. 1 minute it's just gonna be one cookie. No, really, in my head, I'm just gonna taste it. I just want to see what it tastes like, and then we gonna move on. And then something happens. My taste buds be like, psh, 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 psh. I'm sorry. Glad y'all ain't in here. But my taste buds be like, what? I need more of that. And then I'm like, all right, well, one more bite. And the next thing I know, I'm like, well, the cookie halfway gone now. And then I'm like, might as well eat the whole thing. And while I'm chewing that last bite, my mouth is like, wait. That went too fast. Wait. We need some more. And next thing you know, I done ate all the cookies. All of the cookies. Yeah, that taste will turn into the whole thing. The whole thing. And that's not me being in control. So I don't know how many of you know, but like 5 years ago I just had to stop. I just had to say, nope, I can't live this way anymore. I gotta change my eating habits. So that year I said, I'm following a plan. I don't care what happens. So I had to be honest with myself, like, it's a time of celebration. It's a time of celebration, and it's a time of celebration for a reason. So I was like, I'm going to allow myself some celebration, but I'm going to have to do it in as much moderation as I possibly can. So I had to change up my style, you know. And I just want to see show of hands. Who else was this your style? Or is this your style? Where you don't even eat breakfast or lunch, and you're just like, I am waiting until dinner time. Like, no food. In fact, you might even like the night before be like, all right, I ain't eating too late because I want to make sure I'm good and hungry for Thanksgiving, because I'm going to eat all the things, all the foods. Okay, I don't see no hands. It must it just must have been me. Hey, Miss Shirley OG. Hey. Good to see you. I used to, okay, Auntie, okay, saving room. Yeah. Like, I'm going to make sure I saves all the room for all the foods that I can't, like, make sure I'm good and hungry. Yes, yes, yes. So that's what I was doing. So by the time it was time to eat, I was so starving that it was inevitable that I was going to eat too much. Like really. But it was almost like I left myself no choice. So part of my plan was to not do that, not make it so I'm so starving that I can't even think straight, that all I could do is just shove stuff in my mouth. So that meant I was going to have to, if not eat breakfast, at least make sure I'm eating a healthy lunch. Because our family, we used to do dinner fairly late in the evening, like 7. It's been later than that, but I'm not going to tell you how much later than that. So going all day with no food, that can't happen anymore. So now, if I'm not going to eat breakfast, I'm going to eat lunch. Or if I'm not going to eat food, I'm going to have solid food. I'm going to have a smoothie, not with fruit and all kind of stuff in it, a green one. Some of y'all know a green one hits different. It's not like with all these bananas and strawberries. It is literally just veggies. And I sweeten it with a little bit of stevia if I need to. But that's to keep me from completely starving all day. All right, I see some comments I want to. Okay. Rosemarie and her daughter just finished the three-day kickstart detox. Ooh, them first week, the first 3 days is actually the hardest. If you made it through those 3 days, y'all good. Y'all should be good. And yes, that's what I was trying to tell people. Like, the food is good. Now, if you don't use seasonings and, you know, and you don't cook a certain way, that's one thing. But the food doesn't have to be bland at all. At all. So good. I'm so glad. Yeah. Here's what happens by that third day. And I don't know, a lot of people don't realize this, but your body is literally switching from burning sugar to burning fat. And right before it makes that switch, it's almost like your body is resisting the switch. It's like, no, I don't want to burn the fat. Give us more sugar. And you literally have a withdrawal. It's like you're going through withdrawals and you have your most strongest cravings right before you get free. So a lot of people at that point, they quit. But if you can make it through that, it's smooth sailing after that. It's smooth sailing. In fact, after that, you don't even have as many cravings. In fact, whatever cravings you do have after that are usually emotional ones, not biological. That's how I figured out I was an emotional eater, because I wasn't physically hungry. I wasn't physically hungry at all, but I still wanted to eat something. And I was like, what is this? What is this? What? Why? And feeling a certain level of grief about, like, I can't eat that. Oh my gosh. Oh, what else am I going to eat when people are getting on my nerves? If you're eating one because people are getting on your nerves, that's emotional eating, and that's not the healthiest way to deal with emotions. I didn't realize that until 5 years ago. So, and it's an ongoing thing. I still have to deal with that sometimes. So what do, when you're having cravings? You try to get a healthier substitute. So, see, y'all lucky now. Back when I started, we didn't have all these alternative flours, all these almond flours and coconut flours and cassava flours available, arrowroot. All of that stuff wasn't really available when I first started. So it was like, when I found it, it was extra expensive. Now the prices are starting to come down on it a little bit. Now you can go in the store And literally, I found these in TJ Maxx. You can find keto or healthier floured cookies. Now, before you be like, yay! It said it's for one cookie. This one card is for one cookie. Like that's supposed to be the serving size. Yeah. I don't know how many of us actually look at serving sizes, but yeah, it says about one cookie. I don't even know, what does that even mean? I mean, you can't even eat the whole cookie or what? I don't know. But anyway, the good thing is that there's no wheat products in this. And for the most part, it has some decent ingredient. I know, right? Who eats one cookie? But I'm gonna tell you something about these. The different flours feel denser and you kind of can't eat as much. Plus, I learned the hard way. If it say one cookie, and it's got erythritol sweetener in it, you might want to go easy and only eat one cookie because you might get the bubble guts after that. And I'm gonna just leave it right there. It ain't your regular bubble guts. It's like a painful, rumbly, irritable, bowely. Found out the hard way about that. So yeah, be careful with that. Okay, so Gigi, you passed the sugar cravings. Yeah. Listen, once you get free of them sugar cravings, I promise you, it's easier to just stay the course and avoid as much sugar as possible. Like for real. Because once you do have some sugar, it is going to reawaken those cravings because your body has to go through that cycle of burning the sugar again. And I don't like going through it. So that's part of what helps me not, go too far over the edge. But as I was saying earlier, like, aw, thank you. Is it M-Cell? M-Cell? Thank you. That's so sweet. But oh yeah, get that sugar crack out your system. Hey Angela. Hey my friend Angela. I have to do the same thing. Cause it creeps in, But what you can do is if this is the part of your health journey where you're like just getting going good and you've gotten through the sugar cravings and you don't want to go back, then your best bet is to do substitutes. So if you can't find these one cookie treats, then make your own. Make your own. And if you're a person who cooks, then I'll say this, just take out the regular sugar, take out the wheat flour, and replace it with a cassava flour, an almond flour, and then use either monk fruit or use stevia as your sweetener. And there's tons of recipes already out there. If you look up, I like looking up either lectin-free dessert recipes or Dr. Gundry approved dessert recipes, or get his cookbook. That cookbook, where is it? Oh, I don't know where it's at. That cookbook has saved the day on many occasions. Like instead of, making regular pancakes, we're making healthier pancakes. Wait, what? I love that truthful rating. And I love that movie, by the way, Benjamin Button. I'm aging backwards. Ooh, I don't want to turn into no baby though. I don't want to do that. But I don't mind looking a little ageless. But yeah. Oh, hey, ray of sunshine. Finally left the classroom. Awesome. So did I. We must talk. Email me. Let's have a conversation about that. Shoot me an email, Ray of Sunshine. I just always like to hear other teachers, especially now, their experience. I just because sometimes you feel like you're alone in it and that nobody else has these feelings. But yeah. Anyway. So hey, blessed queen. So um so yeah, back to talking about those of you who are just starting. It's better if you do substitutes, and there's plenty of substitute options. So um the thing is, you really kind of can't wait until, if you're the host and you're the one making, certain desserts, you kind of can't be just trying it for the first time on the actual holiday. Like, that's why I'm here today. So you could do trial runs between now and then. I'm gonna do last year I made a healthy dressing. Like, I took out the flour and the cornmeal, and I used almond flour and cassava flour, and still used all the other ingredients, everything else, and it turned out really great. I made gravy from cassava flour, but I ran a risk by trying to do that on Thanksgiving, on the actual holiday. Like, that could have went real left. Gratefully, thankfully, grace fell on me and I was able to do it, and everybody seemed to like it. Nobody was tasting it like, what's wrong with this? So yeah, but you don't want to be like, oh, you can make a healthy cheesecake. You don't want to be trying the healthy cheesecake for the first time ever in your whole life on the holiday. You want to try to get some extra ingredients in between now and then. You can be perfecting your skills between now and then. So yes. Oh, I feel you, truthful rating. And yeah, rice used to be one of my absolute, I don't know how I'm about to live without rice, until I stopped eating it for about, I'm gonna say I went 90 days, no rice. And then I tried to eat some rice, and my stomach, I've never felt stabbing stomach pain before until I ate some rice. Guess how dumb I am though? That first time when I had that stabbing pain, I was like, oh, ooh, I don't know what's wrong with me. I must be coming down with something. So I ate some more rice maybe another few weeks later, and did, because I didn't know that it was the rice. And the same stabbing pain still didn't stop, because I was like, there's no way. There is no way. The rice is making my stomach hurt because I love rice. We got a thing. The third time is when I figured out I can't go back to rice. I cannot go back to rice. But Erica Michelle, yes, do some cauliflower rice. Doesn't taste the exact same, but it does visually give you a sense that you're eating rice, but it's not the same. I've even done, I've switched to basmati rice, and I found that if I pressure cook it, then that helps. But I'm to the point where now I don't like stomach pain. I'm figuring out, some stuff obviously isn't good for me. So yeah. Yeah, flavor it up. Flavor it up. It's not that there's gluten. It's called a lectin, which is some type of protein it's a toxin that causes inflammation. And yes, you can reduce it. In fact, that's why people used to cook it for so long, and they would pour off the water and cook it some more and pour off that water and then cook it some more. Same with beans. Beans are good for you, but you gotta cook them the right way. So yeah, and I'm hearing if you cook rice and then you cool it off and then you heat it back up or something like that. I don't know. I kind of gave up on rice after that third stabbing stomach pain. But yeah. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, truth. So your experience, that's so weird. I'm like, what is that? What is that stabbing pain about? I don't know. I just know it's wrong. And I don't want to find out. So yeah. Um Angela Watt, I don't do barley or quinoa either. They both have um those same lectins. Probably if you cook it a certain way. I haven't had enough experience with them to know how to cook those things, but they also have lectins. Brown rice is even worse because it still has the husk and stuff. That's even got more toxins in it. So do some research, like read some of Dr. Gundry's some of his books. That'll give you more information about that. Okay. But yeah, dress up that cauliflower rice. That's just kind of what I've done. In fact, cauliflower is very versatile. Like I've done mashed potatoes, but made from mashed cauliflower, and then just do the gravy with cassava flour. That has really, that's the only way I've been able to stick with this, is because I found healthy substitutes. And it's weird because it goes against our normal ways of eating things. It goes against foods that we normally put with foods. But I was like, I can't continue. I can't continue down this path because I was, experiencing I just felt terrible. Joint pain, exhaustion beyond repair. It didn't matter how long I slept. I just still felt awful. My body just felt so heavy and I just felt like I couldn't move. It was just too much. It was just too much, and I realized I can't keep playing with this. For what? For some food that only takes 5 to 10 minutes to eat. Next thing I know, it's gone. But this weight and these health problems are sticking around. Um, it's kind of like, you think in January you're gonna be able to return these packages, but you forgot the receipt. Now you stuck with this stuff that all these Christmas gifts, Christmas packages, holiday gifts and packages you've been collecting because eating too much, thinking, oh well, I just get back to it in January. And now you looking around like, I don't know where the receipt is at. Or you get there, you know how the stores be, the lines be too long. You can't wait. Oh, I see more of my friends. Hey, a whole new perspective. Hey there. Happy Saturday. Yeah. Oh, mashed yuca. That sounds good. Hey, Cheryl Faulkner. Hey there. So, yeah. So, a good holiday plan is don't starve. Don't starve before, for the whole day. Don't do that to yourself. Eat a salad, drink a smoothie, do something, right? Something healthy. And then if you're trying to stick to your goals, then, do as much of the vegetables as you can do and a little bit of the meat. Stay away from the non-healthy desserts. If you got a substitute dessert, substitute cheesecake, substitute chocolate candy, because yes, you can make these things. Um, do those. Another way you could do it, I still don't recommend this for people that's just starting, is decide on, okay, which foods am I gonna indulge in, and focus on those things, and forget the rest. Like for me, I realized I used to just pack everything on my plate. I don't need all that stuff. I mean, I used to try and feel horrible. I don't need to taste everything, but dressing is my I don't know what it is. I love dressing and gravy and turkey all together with cranberry sauce. So I know that if I can't succeed with making the healthy dressing, I know that that's gonna be my one thing. But I'm not just starting. I need y'all to feel me on that. I'm not just beginning though. So you got to keep that in mind. Um, be good to me. You can make a healthy eggnog. You can still use heavy whipping cream, just don't put sugar. Just don't add any sugar. Use stevia, use monk fruit. I have a eggnog recipe that I use. You can either do it, you can even make it with either almond milk or coconut milk. You don't even have to do cream if you're trying not to do dairy. Um, I found that, I can tolerate some cream. I just can't overdo it. So since I know, I try to mix it. That cream is too thick anyway. So, but yeah. Okay, cheese made from nutritional yeast. Yeah, I'm sure that's fine, I'm sure. But yeah, hey Lady K's. It's good to see you here. It's good to see you here. You bought a food scale to weigh the chicken and realize you've been eating more than 4. Oh yeah, we all eat more than 4 ounces. It's super easy. In fact, when you look at how much 4 ounces is, you're like, uh-oh. It's supposed to fit right there. Yes, yes, yes. So how about this? Let me, if y'all have some questions. Oh, hey, Tay Brianna's Life. Hey, Farmer, 1956. Um, what questions do you have? Like, does what I'm saying sound too undoable? Like, what is it for you that would help you make some healthier choices? Anyone have a good chocolate chip cookie alternative? Um, well, first of all, if you can use dark chocolate for the chips, like 100% or 90% or 85%, then it's just a matter of tweaking the batter, the cookie batter. So instead of using wheat flour, get these alternative flours I'm telling you about. Get cassava flour, almond flour. You could try coconut flour, and just search online for a recipe if you're a person who need a recipe. I I be needing a recipe. First of all, if it work and I'm just experimenting, then it might work that time, but when it's time for me to do it again, I won't remember. So I kind of need a recipe. And the crazy part is I made that healthy dressing last year and I don't know what I did with the recipe. So I'm gonna have to make it again. I'm gonna have to do it again. So yeah, hey, Sir Christopher Odell. Yeah, there's lots of polyphenols in dark chocolate. Like, it's really like just chocolate itself is good for us. Like, it's the sugar and whatever chemicals that they use to preserve things. That's the part. That's the part. But regular chocolate itself is good for you. That was some of the other good news that made it possible for me to stick to this, because chocolate was one of my things. Like, that was that was one of my things. So thankfully I was able to early on find some good ways to do chocolate candy. Okay, peppermint almond milk creamer. Now, the only thing with those is watch the sugar. Was it sugar free or not? Usually I find a lot of those almond milk creamers, but they have sugar in them. So you want to make sure no sugar, because out of all the things, out of all the things that are unhealthy, sugar is one of the most. And we don't even see it that way. Sugar is kind of innocent. Sugar and spice. So nice. No, no. Sugar is not nice. In fact, it's kind of a poison. Like if you really think about what it does to your body and how we eat it in abundance. Okay, I'm not gonna go there. I'm gonna just keep it moving. So yes, how did I manage to check the quantities of sugar versus stevia? That's a good question, Peaches. So supposedly sugar, stevia is a packet is supposed to equal a spoon. But if you don't want to, if you're making a big recipe and you need a cup of sugar, then I would recommend getting the stevia or the monk fruit that comes in the bag, so that you can measure it like that. Now, monk fruit to me is a lot sweeter than stevia. So you might want to like not use a whole cup at first, but just kind of, you know, go to taste versus just pouring a straight cup in there. But yeah, like you can, for the most part, substitute sugar. The packets that stevia comes in is supposed to be 1 tablespoon of sugar. Similar. Guess what? It's okay if you use more, and it's okay if you use less, as long as you're not using actual sugar. But that is a good question. That is a good question. That's good, James. Get that unsweet and add your, yeah, add to it after that. And our friend, Time to Grow, she came to the Reach Retreat a few weeks ago and allowed us to taste some chocolate candy that she made with no sugar. I think she had almonds. Oh, it was so good. I don't think I was supposed to eat the whole piece that she gave me because it was big, but yeah. Anyway, it was good. So I'm hoping she's gonna make a video for y'all. That'd be awesome. So yeah. Okay, Angela. See you later. Have a good one. Yeah, monk fruit is awesome. Lady K's, you can, if it's not in the grocery store, which now I'm finding it even in Walmart. Used to have to go to the health food store to get things like that, but now between Walmart and Publix and Amazon, like you can find these things. It's not, if they're not in your grocery store, if I want something and it's not in the grocery store, then Amazon is my go-to. I literally just ordered some big 4-pound bag of cassava flour because I'm like, it's about to be some baking going on. It's that time of year. I was like, I just need to go ahead and get the biggest bag I can find. And then like places like Walmart, I'm not finding very much cassava flour at all. And if I do find it, it's in this little thing, and I don't want to pay that price for that little thing when I know I can get a big bag for like $20. So yes. But that's pretty much so for the actual day of the holiday, you don't want to starve. You want to prioritize. If you could do substitutes for your goodies, do that. And then like I realized just because, you know, the holiday is over doesn't mean the food is gone. Most of us have leftovers for days. So I usually do the same thing for the rest of that weekend. And then I get back to my healthy plan like totally on Monday. Like no excuse. Like I had a great time enjoying some things. Now it's time to get back to it. So you literally, you give yourself a little break and then you set a date. For some of us, maybe it need to be Sunday. For some of us, it could be Tuesday. But you choose and do the same thing for the next holiday. You know, give yourself some leeway so you can like enjoy without going overboard. Like, don't eat the whole cake. I'm trying to tell myself this when I make this rum cake next month. Don't eat the whole cake. Just eat a slice. But yeah. Let's see, what else do I have? Missy Hawk. Does it make a difference if you use white or golden? No. No. Okay. Wait, let me rephrase this. As long as they don't have different ingredients and something has something else that doesn't need to be in it. Like sometimes they might mix it with date sugar or coconut sugar. Just make sure it's just monk fruit. That's another thing. Don't just go by what the front of the package say. Check out these ingredients, y'all. Look at them, that little list of stuff that you can't read unless you got on your reading glasses. Read that stuff, because it could say veggie straws, and then you get to read in the back like, what is this chemical? Because that ain't no veggie. I don't know what that is. So yeah, but anyway. All right. What else? Okay. You have been able to use a teaspoon of stevia versus a tablespoon of sugar. Okay, awesome. The thing about pre-diabetes is you can reverse that. So good work with that. Good work with that. Yes, yes. All right. Oh, yeah. Okay. You're not alone. A whole new perspective. You are not alone. Um, Especially like when things get busy this time of year. Whew. Yeah. I realized I'm not hungry at all. Why in the world do I want some goodies? Hey, honey. Oh, here we go. There we go. All right. So yeah. Any other questions? So like, okay. I just want to make sure I let y'all, since y'all are my YouTube fam, make sure y'all know that y'all are invited to join the virtual boot camp. We kick it off January 7th. But this week, what you doing?
Huh?
What are you doing?
I'm just listening.
Oh.
I'm trying to listen now.
Oh. But this week is the week to get the Black Friday price. So if you are like, yeah, I'm gonna join you, but I'm gonna wait till January 6th. Don't wait till January 6th. First of all, it's some other benefits you can get. You get $100 off if you join now. Plus, you can get you're gonna get enrollment into my monthly thing. You're gonna get 2 months of that free. So in other words, after we get through the 6 weeks of the boot camp, you're gonna have the first Friday in we'll be done in February. So the first Friday in March and the first Friday in April. And that should put you well on your way to your goal. Well on your way. Like if you think of it like this, you're gonna lose 8 to 10 pounds a month. That if you stay on track, by April you could have potentially lost 40 pounds. Most people who actually do it lose more than that. Like that's just the tip of the iceberg. So yeah. So yeah. So now's the time. Don't wait. So if you want the discount, just go to the description after or now, I don't know, whenever Just go to the description and you can get the code and the link to sign up. Okay. You got a question?
Yeah, I heard you say something that's why I ran up here as fast as I could. I was outside.
Oh.
I just wanted to say.
Do you want to say on the camera?
I don't want to.
I mean, because they hearing this voice, this booming voice from beyond the camera.
It ain't booming. I just wanted to say, and I honestly think that we should all have a conversation, a real conversation. If you're married, if you have a significant other, we need to take this a little bit more serious. Even if you're single, you got loved ones around, you even got people that love you that you don't even know love you or need you. Mm-hmm. It could be a coworker that wait for you to speak. Just somebody to talk to. And we need to be around for that. And I was coming to ask you, can me and you one day have a conversation and let them watch?
Yeah.
Because some of our conversations we have about weight gain, weight loss, and everything like that, I always think I wish everybody could have heard it. Because we get deep, and I'm gonna tell you, she worries about me, because I be cutting up. You see, and I've heard the question: how can she be losing weight? How can she be so small and leg look like he putting on weight? That's a real situation. Mm-hmm. Well, one is her respect for me as the man of the house. She gonna be worried about me. She be poking at me, but she ain't gonna force me to do anything. But I'm telling you, as a good man of the house, I'm gonna say, it stay on my mind constantly.
That's really all I be going for. And let me say this, you can't force anybody. You cannot make someone be ready for this, because emotional eating is real. Emotional eating is real. So some of us are more ready to dive into what's going on with that. And others of us are just like, man, if I don't eat this cookie, I'm going to go crazy. So leave me alone. And you got to just basically respect that, because you can't come and grab the cookie because they're going to slap you because they were trying not to or something with the cookie.
Straighten that up, because they'll be like, oh my God, they'll be beating little lady Lev for cookies.
No, I'm talking about from my perspective.
Okay, I'm just saying.
I might be trying to eat this cookie so I don't go off.
Let's back that up.
Grabbing me? No.
Let's back that up.
No.
Because when the rum cake come,
that's what I'm talking about.
Okay, the rum cake maker, cake maker violent, y'all.
You're not about to tell me, but that's what it is, though. The struggle is real.
It's really real,
and you can't make. It's almost like with someone who's on drugs. You can't just lock them up in rehab. They have to want to go to rehab.
Ooh.
I was just let that marinate.
And look how many times that let's say the court system has forced somebody into going into rehab. And they say, listen, you get one last shot. If you don't go to rehab and you don't do all of these steps and you don't complete these courses, you don't complete these steps, we sending you to jail for 4 years. What does that person do? They still go fall off the wagon, go to prison for 4 years. They rather take the risk of going to prison for 4 to 5 years for whatever they did, than to stop their addiction. Food. Think about this. Let's be honest. And I'm being honest with myself, so I'm kind of talking to myself. Mm-hmm. I'm not really talking to y'all.
We supposed to.
Okay, that's why I kind of wanted to come up here real quick. One thing about food is almost as powerful as love. And I'm going to tell you why. Because right after you come out the womb and you look your mama in the eye and realize that y'all love one another, what's the next step? Even before daddy comes and cut the umbilical cord, pretty much, They put you on the nipple. Your first thing you did when you entered this world was scream and eat. What did some parents do after that? They give you a pacifier. Because the suckling is so natural that soothes a child, soothes a baby. That does not go away. You know how many times I literally wake up and I'm not going to tell our personal stuff.
Thank you.
Okay. But this thumb, I keep tucked in my hand like this. I don't suck my thumb, but I keep it tucked in like this. And I do everything in my power not to. When I wake up, I'm clutching this thumb so tight that it feels like it's broke. I can't even hardly move it. This is all my life, okay? That's something that probably was happening in the womb. So eating, when you hurt, when you're crying as a child, as a baby, what do?
We've been trained. I mean, you go to the doctor, you get a shot, they give you a sucker.
You sad, your mama say, come here, baby, get a piece of this cake.
Or let's go get some ice cream.
Let's go get some ice cream.
Yeah.
Oh
so
my
a
God.
lot of us, our childhood memories are keeping us stuck in the cycle because we want to relive something that can't be relived. And the thought of not, at least I know I can't go back in time, but I can experience that feeling by
Right.
eating this food. But really, we got to try to find some other way to have joy, or it's got to be about, all right, we got to be making our new memories as good as the old ones, or something else has to happen. But it's not easy for that. Like, that requires some intentional stuff. Like somebody said, can I make a healthy rum cake? And I'm going to say yes and no, because I'm not just making them for me. No one else wants the version of the rum cake that I would make for myself. I could make that for myself, but you got to ask me this part. How am I going to make it for other people?
To enjoy it.
Like, how do you not taste stuff to make sure things are right while you're cooking it? I don't know. Somebody that cooks, you tell me if you can make food without tasting it to ensure it's right.
I'm gonna spit out one of my problems, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
One of my problems is, number one, other reason I ran up the steps was reading those labels.
Oh, yeah.
How many products do we have downstairs that I end up feeding to the chickens? I be like, I found some healthy chips. Look, I ate half the bag on the way home because they healthy. And she's like, let me see that.
Yeah.
And she'll start reading like, no. How much of this did you eat? Half a bag. You might as well go get a cheeseburger after that, because it got the glutamate, the slaptopline, the ploptocline, and the clontachine. We don't even know what none of that is.
Right, right.
But it said it has some almond flour, and all the. They'll trick you. They'll trick you on these packages. They'll start. We just read one other day, remember? They start with almond flour, right? And then it goes into the slurry of madness.
Yeah.
So as soon as I see almond flour, okay, almond flour, okay, coconut, okay, this is it. That's what I do every time. I stop. I get excited.
Some of the stuff is unavoidable. Like, if you're getting it from the store, 9 times out of 10, it's not going to be perfect. It might be better though. Like, if it's got almond flour instead of wheat flour, it's still better than it would have been before. But if you want full control, you kind of got to make stuff yourself, or at least experiment, because that's really the only way that you can. I know I didn't put some crazy chemical in it. I know I didn't put any sugar in it. Now, does that take more time and planning? Yes. More effort? Yeah. And sometimes you get busy, and next thing you know, you just hungry and you need to eat some food. But, you know, you still kind of gotta, I keep salad. Like, I just keep salad. I grow lettuce. I make sure salad is on deck, to the point where Somebody got a salad. They didn't even ask for a salad
Now,
today.
I'm going to tell you this. Just like children, some of us need to get hit over the head. Like today, she didn't. I told her, literally, stop asking me, am I hungry? Not hungry, but stop asking me, do I want a salad? Just give it to me. Just stop asking. Don't even make it a choice for me. Just give it to me. Listen, and I'm going to say this. Even if I've eaten something, one of mine, I can't speak for you. My biggest problems is not eating enough greenery. I'm not talking about the fruit coming off the trees. I'm talking about leafy greens.
Green stuff.
Leafy greens. I don't put enough leafy greens in my body to help cleanse out the rest of this crap. The other problem we're all having is age. She can tell you, as soon as I start working out or getting back on the trail, I used to lose weight like that. I didn't have to do nothing.
He did.
Literally, I didn't have to do anything. Oh, I'm going for a walk. I go for a walk about 5 miles, come back about 50 pounds lighter. Where she had to struggle with that part. Now I'm running up real close on 50, and that's not working anymore.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's even some stuff that I do that just doesn't work anymore. And I just had to be honest with it. Like, I really don't need as much food as I think I need. Clearly. Like, I be thinking like, but I should eat more of this and that. Yeah, no. Some of us, our bodies don't need as much. You really have to get to the point where you're self-aware of your own body. Like, I can tell you all these different things to try to avoid. Some people don't have to avoid that. Some people are okay with that. But if you have any issues, like if you know as soon as you eat a piece of bread or as soon as you eat some cookies and cakes, the next day if you step on the scale, there's weight, that's because your body really can't tolerate it. Some people can.
Gigi say, I am so there.
Man.
Angela Watt says small meals. I'm gonna touch that and say that's just too simple. It ain't just small meals, because those words can be like, okay,
Just
mini,
one cookie is
right,
a small meal.
mini Snicker bar. Y'all know Snicker bars is my poison.
Yeah. It's not as simple because for some, and I'm one of these people, I really have to wait till I'm hungry. Like, that's how my body works. And if I'm eating things when I'm not hungry, then now I'm just emotionally eating. And the act of starting to eat something, like, can spiral into eating too much stuff. Either that, or if I eat what I'm supposed to eat, I'm not going to have an appetite for another small meal.
Whole new perspective say, yes, 60s hit different. I'm running up on 60, and it's
Oh no, that's Lori.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hey,
Lori. Hey, Lori. Whole new perspective say, I'm running up on 60, and it's very different than 50.
See, well, you doing something good. Well, you looking good. But we can all do better. I'll say that part. But okay. Yeah, it does. And you got to ask yourself, because this is another thing that happens with us getting older, and then we try to put it all on us getting older, but really it's not just us getting older. It's we're not as active as we used to be. Something changed. Like, I know for a fact I'm not as active as I was a few years ago, because I'm not in the same environment. I don't have to walk up and down halls, up and down stairs. So already that's out. And it's hard to replicate that. When I was doing that for 8 hours, now I'm at a desk. Like, how do you shift that? So it's not just that I'm getting older, it's I'm moving less.
Like me jumping in and out of a mail truck or walking routes all day for 16 hours. That's like zero now. I mean, you have no idea how much a mail carrier walks. You have no idea. When you see the little mailman come down your street and he in a truck or she's in a truck, that's rare. Most of us walk all day in the rain, the sleet, the snow, the heat. That's what I did for a long time. In those last few years is only when I got a riding route is when you saw me in a truck. But most of that, I'm walking it. So that activity on top of the things I have to do out in the garden, it's not, I don't have that anymore. And that's hard to replicate because
if you were doing it all day, it really
all
is
day.
because most people go to the gym an hour. That's an hour. What you laughing at?
Whole new perspective say where was it? My goal is to run to Copper River Bridge. Oh, I thought it was go Copper River Grill. I'm sorry. I thought it was.
He thinking about restaurants.
I'm talking about the Copper River Grill. You said Copper River Bridge. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Chauncey Muhammad said,
we got the Lake Murray Dam. It's like 3 miles across.
Yes.
Across and back or just across?
No, it's 3 miles one way.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. So that's 6 miles because you got to get back to your car.
Chauncey Muhammad said, yes, I could tell the difference when I went from a job where I was on my feet 6 to 8 hours to mainly a desk job.
Yeah. So it's like I have to be real intentional about making sure I'm not just sitting there. When my watch say stand up, sometimes I'll be feeling like it. But I stand up and do stuff. Somebody mentioned something about, who was that? Nuts and fruit. I would say without the fruit, I keep nuts. In fact, you laughing, but
no, I'm just saying.
Everybody know I got something: walnuts, some pecans, some almonds,
these nuts
somewhere. Yeah. And in fact, that might be my first meal sometimes. So yeah, they definitely will keep you, but at some point you still need to eat something green.
Thank you, Rose Reed. Rhea says, yes, I was a mail carrier for 6 months. I couldn't gain weight. My sister joked I was looking like a kid because that is the ultimate
yeah. But
workout.
That's not necessarily, I'm not going to say that's completely healthy either. Because in a way, if your body doesn't have time to recover, you're doing damage to it as well. Yeah. But it's like, how can you find a healthy balance, basically? And you still have to eat right. Like, that's the majority of it. 80% what you eat, 20% of movement.
Let me see. Container Crop said, yes, I think that was my biggest plus. I'm more active now at 63 than I have ever been in my life. My husband literally says, are you going to sit down today? Me, nope. Nope.
I like that. I saw Tina Griffin talking about having a hot drink. The only thing is, you mentioned cider and you mentioned chocolate. Like, are these sugar-free things? Because I don't think there's sugar-free cider. It still has sugar. So for people who are trying to reverse their type 2 diabetes, and people who are trying to lose weight, can't do cider or hot chocolate unless they find some other healthy way to do it. But yeah, tea. I keeps me some tea.
That's the tea lady.
And you got to be careful, because if you don't know that black tea and green tea have caffeine in it, you could mess yourself up and be wired. And so that's why you got to make sure you get herbal. Get herbal tea. They got all kind of flavors. And that's also something that'll help you soothe the stress instead of chomping down on something. Like, I got a cabinet of tea because that's what it was for. To like keep me from eating stuff I'm not supposed to eat. So, hey, Grace Jones.
I wanted to come in and just, because I'm gonna say this, fellas, it's some fellas in the room. It's not just a woman problem. You know, I'ma say this, just because we men and it's traditionally, how can I put this? It's traditionally looked over, and it's kind of like a badge of honor, kind of like a big man. It's like I got a big husband. He's a big man.
His wife feed him good.
Right, and we kind of brush it off, and we kind of smooth the edges of that to make it okay. It's not okay. I told you I hate playing with words. If I can't stand one thing, it's playing with words, and that's one of them. Like I got a big man. He's just a big man. My husband, big guy. He big guy, right? And that's what a lot of you ladies say about your husband. And in his head, when he hears that, that's kind of making it okay to be that, because you're not saying it with any malice, because number one, you don't want to hurt his feelings, but at the same time, you're almost making it okay for him to be okay with that. And I think us fellas need to take our weight a little bit more serious and our health a little bit more serious. Everything around us is changing these days, and I don't see why men's health can't be one of them.
Yeah. On the other end of the spectrum, and this is a part that kind of becomes a barrier for women, is I'm doing this healthy thing. I can't make him do nothing, but I still got to cook for him and the stuff he wants. How do you navigate that, right? Well, of course, you got to like let your husband know what you're doing. Let him know you're not going to force him, but say this: I'm making one meat, and enjoy it as you want, and I'm gonna make your side, but then I'm gonna make sure I have some vegetables, some broccoli, some cauliflower, some salad, or something that's for you. So you're not making a whole 2 meals. You're gonna make whatever meat it is, so it's probably gonna be baked, or it's probably gonna be fried in a different flour.
But honey,
but you understood though.
yeah,
Some people don't be understanding.
I do understand, and I'm going to take that again to another spectrum. Okay. Doing that is because she's looking out for her husband, which is me. But it's not helping me. Put it like this: I don't think it's being overstepping your bounds or your place by wanting to keep your husband healthy and in good shape so I can be around longer. So I will say this: that's a part in a relationship where we're going to have to see eye to eye. Like picking furniture, picking furniture sometimes. Hey, I don't like that couch. I don't like leather. You don't like suede. We're going to have to come to a compromise. And listen, what have I been doing lately? Just cook it. I don't even want to know.
Or not.
Or don't.
Or not.
Or don't. I don't want to know.
Or not.
But I'm going to eat
yeah.
whatever you give me, because I know you're doing the best for me. If she wasn't doing the best for me, then that's a whole nother ball game. The reason I really want to get serious about this, or I am serious about this, is because I went for 20 years after my father died watching my mother by herself.
Oh, man.
And it's because my dad loved his ice cream sandwiches, My dad loved his Snicker bars. And to watch...
I'm like, you ain't leaving me here.
Right. And see, that's kind of...
And I plan on living to be a good 100-something.
So I got some work
to do.
Something.
100-something. So, yeah.
So,
and I'm not going to be in no bed. I'm going to be like that 190-something-year old lady dancing and all that still.
A hot burrito?
I'm going to be a hot burrito.
Okay.
A hot centennial burrito.
That's what I'm talking about.
Centenarian burrito.
So I just wanted to touch on that, because we never think about death, or we don't think about sickness, because everybody think you just give that and I'm dead.
Having to have someone take care of you while yes, your family loves you and they probably wouldn't have no problem doing that, do you want to be that one that can't do anything for yourself and have to rely on people to do that? I don't. I know, I know he would do it. I know my kids would do it. I don't want them to do it.
What?
No, I don't want you to have to.
I did it for a living.
Yeah, no.
You
Okay.
sure?
So I'm gonna answer Red's question and then we're gonna get out of here. Red said, "Do I think honey and molasses is a good sugar substitute if not going overboard with it?" I'm gonna say no if you are pre-diabetic and you're trying to lose weight. So yeah, it's natural. Fruit has natural sugar, but while you are eating sugar, your body can't burn fat. For one, if you need to lose weight, and second of all sugar will create an insulin response. So if you're pre-diabetic and you're having a problem with that, that's just adding to it. So no, not even a little bit. It's like saying to an alcoholic, you can have a little bit of wine.
You can have 3 shots.
No, you can't.
You can only have 3 shots.
No.
Now, I have a question.
Yes.
How many people, show of hands, would like to hear our health discussions and health journey on this channel together? Every blue moon I pop my head in.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, this is therapy for me.
It's therapy for us all.
And here's the other thing. When you eat, and you end up losing somebody passes away, it always been that you feel better. That was the first.
For a few minutes.
For a few minutes until you feel worse.
And really what it does is it's a distraction. You're not really dealing with the grief. You're not really processing the grief. So if you're not processing the grief, you're literally going in a circle with your grief. And you're not getting to that place where you can experience joy and grief at the same time. You're literally just going to be continuing with that grief. Grief, eat some food, distract myself from it. I'm not thinking about it. And then a few hours later, here it come again. Maybe even worse. So I learned the hard way, like I'm gonna have to figure something else out with that. And I just, first of all, rest and giving yourself for real grace and saying, I am grieving and it's okay if I have to go excuse myself and go let out some ice sweat or something, or hey, I might need to take some time to myself, or maybe I need to get out this house or something else.
Or maybe I just need to talk to somebody and stop trying to pretend that I'm okay.
Yeah. I like that. I like that a lot. So, y'all, we have been here. Oh my goodness. We over
I'm
time.
sorry.
No. It's
but
good.
I
it's good.
think I just wanted to do this because it's a lot of guys that contact me as a man. And
the thing is, I can't really... I don't know. Only man I know how to help is this one. I don't know how to help other ones.
Yeah, you better not.
So I can't. I can't really coach men because I don't know. They process things in a different way, and I don't want to be a hindrance. So the only one I know that I had to learn is this one. So.
And I can take some of the stuff she told me, and sneak that information to the fellas.
Yeah, he ain't gotta sneak it. You could just straight
up. No.
Oh yeah, you gotta flip it.
They ain't gonna want to be hearing cause my wife has said, "Oh, this dude, man, you whipped."
No, you can't say your wife said it. Just say it.
That's what I'm telling you. I gotta sneak the information.
Yeah.
I can't be like,
okay,
you can't eat that because my wife said, "Oh, there he go, man, you whipped."
Nah.
You whipped.
Nah.
Can't say it like that. So I gotta be like, "Hey, man, you might want to put that Snicker bar down." Why? You knew it got caught a clue plate in it and Snicker butter bean and
get out of here.
What is that? Exactly.
Get out of here.
See, you can't say my wife is going to get us if you don't.
No, you can't do that.
I'm telling you, I know. So. But I also want to make sure, ladies, on this channel, on Lady Liz channel, we're going to make it so Bring that loved one that you need to bring with you, and we'll all have a conversation about staying alive.
Yeah,
Living.
not just staying alive, but thriving. Because when you start feeling better and you got energy and your mind is right and clear, you be on next level stuff that's beyond just surviving.
Yeah.
So, but we're gonna get out of here. I see Broke Farmer joined us.
What's
Hey,
going
Broke
on,
Farmer.
bro?
Hey, Armor of the Earth. Happy Mac. Vision Speak. Pep Grow Survive. Lala Texas 8A. Jay Banks. Vaughn Family. Charity Right. I'm just trying to say hey to everybody I didn't say hi to. Spooner with Sunshine.
Spooner with Sunshine.
All right. It's Saturday, y'all.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry for interrupting.
What are you talking about?
I just wanted, man.
We were supposed to be having this conversation anyway. I don't want nobody to make themselves sick just because it's the holidays, and it's real easy to do that if you're not careful.
That's why I came up.
So please, please, please set yourself a plan for the holiday, and don't starve yourself all day. Get some healthy alternatives if you're just starting. If you in maintenance mode and you want to eat some mac and cheese, whatever, without the healthy version, then okay. But, get back to it on Monday.
Be careful.
And hold yourself accountable.
Because it can get real crazy. Just like at the club, you go and have too many drinks, you wake up in somebody else's bed. With food around the holidays.
You can't return these packages sometimes.
Backyard barbecues. The thing is, you eat so much, you wake up in somebody else's kitchen, buck naked with footies on, and potato salad on your chest. You better take it easy. Wake up food drunk. You can get food drunk. You wake up like, why do my breath smell like hollandaise sauce? Well, what is this?
Get out of here.
I'm telling you. So please be careful. You end up food drunk, buck naked in somebody else's kitchen, potato salad on your chest, and a fistful of mashed potatoes. Be careful. It ain't no different than the club. You know, like, who draws is these?
What?
I'm just saying. It's the same thing around the holidays. Like, oh my God.
Let me get him out of
Who
here.
yams is these? Where am I? Somebody call the police. Where my drawers at?
Wake up in the neighbor's house.
You don't know. You be clutching a turkey under your arm like a football.
Yeah.
So be careful.
Don't let trying to be healthy. Don't let it feel like you ruining your holiday. Don't think of it like I'm being restrictive and I can't enjoy myself. Enjoy your family, first of all.
Yes.
Play some games, do some stuff y'all don't normally do so y'all don't just sit around eating food. And here's the other thing. It's not that it's restrictive. It's protective. So you can live a long life and not have somebody else to have to wipe your butt.
Yes.
All right. On that note, it's Lady Led.
Lead Farmer 73.
We'll see you next time.
See y'all later here. Peace. My arm is longer than yours.
Thank you.
You just smile and look pretty.
Bye, y'all.
On the extra.
Yes, family is everything.